Each week in the hit stage show Celebrity Autobiography, in their own words, celebs like Joy, Sherry, and the fabulous Kristen Johnson perform dramatic readings straight from the actual memoirs of the rich and famous. So without further ado, first up, please welcome the fantastically funny Joy Behar.
I will be reading from Vanna Speaks by Vanna White. I think of my job as that of a cheerleader. Of course, as you know, my main job is turning the letters. Merv says that he hired me because I turned the letters better than any of the 200 other women who auditioned. And what's my secret? As I told 60 Minutes, it must be in the wrist. When we're all in position, the overhead TV monitor in the studio shows the spinning wheel as a pre-recorded crowd chants, "Wheel of Fortune!" Informal surveys reveal that lots of people tune in to see what I'll wear. I used to spin around every time, but now I only turn when my dress has an interesting back. During a round, I concentrate and listen very carefully to what each player says, even though I do not turn the letters until they are lit up on the board. I know where each one is located, so I'm always ready to move and always know just where I'm going. When there's a long puzzle, a phrase such as lightning never strikes twice in the same place, I have to rush like crazy to turn all the letters once the puzzle's been solved so Pat can get on to the next part of the game. Sure, it's not the most intellectually challenging job in the world. Few jobs are, but it is hard work. Basically, one show is very much like the rest, but in fact, there's enough about each that's different to keep it really interesting. We never know what's going to happen next. The puzzles are different, the contestants are different, and there's always the wheel. You just never know. Of course, there have been some really interesting incidents. Once, while turning the letters in the middle of a round, my belt broke and nearly fell off. But I just held on to it and kept flipping those panels. Now that Wheel of Fortune has become an enormous success, everybody from columnists to reporters to sociologists have tried to explain it, but nobody really can. It seems to me that the fact that it's just a great, fun family game that everyone can play should be all the explanation that anybody needs. Vanna White. And now, please welcome to the stage, Sherry Shepherd.
I will be reading from The Best Is Yet to Come by Ivana Trump. My recipe for raising kids. I encourage my children to try new things. As much as I tell them they can do anything, I don't want them to engage in pastimes that have no future. The other day, Ivanka came to me and said she wanted to enroll one afternoon in field hockey. I said, Ivanka, that's a boy sport. There's no future in it for you. If Ivanka wanted to do karate, fine. Field hockey she does not need. I think golf is the perfect sport. But fencing, I'd say, kid, don't waste your time. Ice skating is great exercise, and it's social. You won't get many phone calls inviting you to play field hockey. But ice skating you can do in New York City at the beautiful Wallman Rink in Central Park, which their father and I rebuilt during our marriage. All my kids play tennis and ski beautifully. At the age of 2, I took each of them to the top of a hill and told them to ski down. They would wail, I don't like it. Tough, honey, I tell them. Get to the bottom of the mountain. My kids have every pet there is except cats. Cats shed and they're unpredictable and they scratch. We have 2 dogs, fish, birds in every room, turtles, you name it, we got it. I find it so funny that children adore hamsters. They're rodents. That's what they are. A duck? Now that's a pet. I was walking on the road outside our home in Greenwich, and I found a duck that had been hurt in the head. I took it home, and the kids named it Wobbly, because it wobbled around. We nursed it back to health. Wobbly lived in the bathtub, but he followed us around everywhere we went. Finally, we gave him to one of the men who worked on the property. He slowly taught Wobbly to be free. I hope he's all right. For myself, I'm not really afraid of anything. I wouldn't go to Harlem at 4 in the morning because you're asking for trouble. Family is everything to me. As you can probably tell, I adore my kids. I always say, I'm like that American Express commercial. I never leave home without them. Ivana Trump. And now, please welcome to the stage two-time Emmy-winning actress for her role in Third Rock from the Sun, Kristen Johnston.
Hello. I'll be reading from, hold on. Let me get this up. There we go. Hi. From Mr. T, the man with the gold. An autobiography by Mr. T. Sorry. Here we go. So, you want to meet Mr. T? Personal and up close? The man with the gold, not just around his neck, but deep down in his heart? Well, this is my story about my life, and I wrote it myself. Without a ghostwriter, because if I had a ghostwriter, this book would then become his story instead of my story. I'm sure there will be other books about me. But they won't tell it like it is, so here is the unadulterated truth, told, written, and spoken in such terms that even a fool can understand what I'm talking about. I remember when I was called to come to Hollywood to audition for Rocky III. Over 1,500 black men were auditioned for the part in Rocky III, boxers, football players, actors, and some bums. But I wanted the part the most. I received a 7-page script to study in 3 days. As soon as I got the script, I went to work on my acting ability. I just kept telling myself I could do it. I could play this part because this character, Clubber Lang, I had been him all my life. See, if you know me, it's easy to tell that Clubber is my make-believe twin and my real-life self. Plus, all the things that Clubber says are exactly what Mr. T would say, like, I'll bust you up. Or, I will break your arm in 6 places. I say that all day long. Well, it was time for me to do my thing in front of the cameras. It was my big day. I'll be honest with you, I was a little nervous, a little tight, but I was ready. But then Sly said, I want to do something. It's what we call improvisation. A lot of actors can't do this. There's no script. You just use your own words. Say what you want to, and then I'll do the same. Sly stood back and said, whenever you're ready, T. Well, when I heard the word action, I was doing my thing. Sly was so impressed, he could hardly say cut, but he did. I want to leave a message to all you critics everywhere, all you non-believers, all you negative-minded individuals, and all you people who were rooting against me. I'll see you at the movies, Mr. T. Like, where is everybody?
The gold chain in honor of Mr. T himself. You can catch Celebrity Autobiography in their own words Monday nights in New York at the Triad Theater on 72nd Street. And Kristen Johnston can be seen in the upcoming film Bride Wars. We will be right back. Well done. Well done.